Good morning, everybody. I'll wait for a few of you to jump in here so we can start our live feed. Good morning to everybody. God bless every single one of you. Let me see if there we go. There we go. We got good audio now. So I'll wait for some people to jump in here and we can start this beautiful live feed and do our best. Share this video, please. How's everybody doing? I'm Oscar Ballou for Border Network News and America's Voice News. God bless everybody that is watching. God bless my country of Mexico, my city of Tijuana, and God bless the United States of America. Let's thank God for giving us 2 legs, 2 arms, a mind that we can think, a heart that we can feel, and eyes that we can see. God bless every single one of you. Thank you for joining me on this live feed. For every new follower that is recently subscribed to our YouTube channel or to our Facebook page or Instagram or ultimately also Telegram, I want to say God bless you. Welcome. I'm a binational broadcaster and reporter and bilingual reporter from Mexico and the United States of America. I travel the borders to report what is going on with the humanitarian crisis. And also, we do political live feeds to talk about the communist agenda and how this communist agenda it is affecting the world. God bless you and welcome to every single one of you. Wow, people, it was a really exhausting trip coming back, driving from El Paso to over here. Long drive, but I will say it was all worth it. All worth it. All of it. And right now, I want to show you guys something. First and foremost, I want to thank all the supporters that they're always supporting Border Network News, and also ultimately, your Anthony Ben Bergquam and myself. Thank you so much. God bless every single one of you. The live feed says border crisis. It is a crisis. It has been a crisis for the longest time. And it is a crisis because these globalists, that's what they're doing. They're creating a crisis. They're creating chaos. It is a communist ideology. It is demonic. It is a crisis. It is a humanitarian crisis. And they're using people now. The asylum seeker and the refugee cases are now being used as a new modern slavery and is the most lucrative business that exists in the world. Child trafficking, human smuggling, child smuggling, sex trafficking, and now asylum and refugee cases. It is the most unhuman and it is the most lucrative business, and it is a crisis. For Jen Psaki, I want to tell you something. This is what you said. And I have been broadcasting about the caravans, broadcasting about the enormous unaccompanied minors, broadcasting about the child trafficking, broadcasting about how migrants suffer their journey to go to another place to migrate for a better life. This is all because of the United Nations. This is the United Nations to be held accountable. This is the number one organization that needs to be held accountable. It is the United Nations. It is not, it ultimately it has effects on certain political parties. That is like the Democratic Party. That is, people like Jen Psaki, people like, the current president of the United States, that they ignore the fact that there is a crisis. But ultimately, the number one organization that needs to be held accountable, it is the United Nations. That is the number one organization that puts migrants through journeys, to travesties, through mountains, seas, deserts, and all of that. It is the organization that is funding all of this and ultimately pushing for these kind of people to say that this is not a crisis. After what we have been broadcasting, if you go to a special that is being done, that is called Ben at the Border by Real America's Voice News. You can go to Rumble and watch it. Also, right now, there was a video that was released about my partner, Anthony, giving a statement of the trafficking of children that has been occurring in El Paso, and I will be saying this, El Paso has the biggest, with Arizona, trafficking of children site. More than 5,700 unaccompanied children have been registered in the month of January. It is disgusting. And these people are not calling it a crisis. And now they're incentivizing and they're telling children, unaccompanied children, they're going to be welcome. What does this tell you? How stupid these people are, man. This is how stupid these people are by saying, you know what, unaccompanied children, welcome them right now to the United States of America. So what are they saying? Please, all the unaccompanied children, all these traffickers that they're bringing all these kids that they're unaccompanied, bring them more. We need more children. We need more unaccompanied children that they are not with their parent. So what are you telling to the children in Guatemala, in El Salvador, in Honduras, in all Central America and South America? You're telling them, come alone, come alone. You have a better possibility to come alone. How stupid these people are, really. How ignorant and how stupid these people are. And, you know, Ben was telling me they're not stupid, Oscar. They're not ignorant. They know what they're doing. They know that they're pushing the narrative for unaccompanied minors. They know that they're pushing the narrative for child trafficking. They know what they're doing. They know exactly what they're doing. And Jen Psaki, this statement was released by Jen Psaki in the Forbes magazine saying, the Biden administration is working to aid the border and control facilities overwhelmed by influx of migrants. That is a lie. Why are you lying? Why we continue with the continuous lies, man? Why we continue with this? You're not facilitating no overwhelmed by influx of migrants. I just saw Border Patrol being overwhelmed, buying diapers and buying food for children. Border Patrol is made there to protect the border, not to buy diapers, not to buy, not to buy food, milk for children. Border Patrol was there for protection of the border. Border Patrol. You're not facilitating nothing. The United States is not prepared for this. The United States is not prepared for an enormous influx. There's more than 100,000 migrants that they are waiting for a possibility to go to the United States of America, and Jen Psaki is not calling it a crisis. And I will show the anger of migrants. I have been showing in the camp right here at the shelter at the camp in Chaparral, where migrants are waiting and migrants are calling Biden a traitor, a liar. They are mad because this people, they're pushing a narrative that they're saying there's no crisis at the border. It's amazing. And then the statements on the back, on the bottom says, key facts. I don't think that we need to put labels on what we have already. Oh, really? You don't want to put labels now, but you want to put labels when Donald Trump was in the administration of putting a wall. You want to put labels when Donald Trump was in the administration and saying, "Oh, he was inhuman to migrants." You want to put labels on saying there's a lot of there's a lot of drug trafficking. Oh my God, he's calling everybody a drug trafficker. There's a lot of child trafficking. Oh my God, he's calling everybody in Mexico a child trafficker. There's a lot of rapists. There's a lot of this. Oh my God, he's calling Mexicans that. He's calling all that. You're talking about labels now? Seriously? Where's the shame on these people? Where is it? There's no shame at all. Really, there is no shame at all. I don't think that we need to put labels, quote unquote. This is what she said. I don't think that we need to put labels on what we have already conveyed and is challenging. This is not a challenge, you potato head. This is not what unaccompanied minor gets first to the border and achieves the asylum. This is not that, you potato head. This is not a challenge. This is a crisis. Disgraceful, horrible. Children being used is the most lucrative and multi-billion business right now that is existing in the world. This is a humanitarian crisis. And then she adds, it says, Psaki and the Biden administration continuing to prioritize humanity. No, you're not. Because we have been seeing how thousands of people are waiting right there without food, without clothing, without water, without anything. Where's your humanitarian help? Where is the United Nations? Where is the International Commission of Human Rights? Where are all these people? You're creating a crisis. It's communism. You're creating poverty or more poverty. One sector of a class, of a social class. It is a pure strategy. It's a pure strategy. This is their statement. So we are going to prove right now to Jen Psaki what we have been seeing. Now, this open area right here, my God, Jen Psaki, wow. Complete disgrace. I don't know how they get these people to talk in the White House, man. I don't know how in the hell these people got the priority to talk at the White House when they are not even informed. They sit on their pedestal and they sit on their they sit on their throne and they just relate and they don't say anything. They just relate. So as soon as I was driving to Yuma, Arizona. As soon as I'm getting to Yuma, Arizona, I see Ben Berquam that we worked, with Real America's Voice News and also Steve Bannon. And, and as soon as I get there, holy cow, there's a family with children, which two of them, they were unaccompanied minors. Two of these children, they were unaccompanied minors. Two of them. So this is a picture, this is all for everybody that is watching. This is all our work. Oscar Blue and team, Border Network News, and also Real America's Voice News. But this is pictures from my camera and the work that we did. So this is how the Border Patrol is operating. This is the Yuma sector, which, holy cow, it is a hot spot. Holy cow. And I will explain how the organized crime and the cartel is working on the other side. Ben Berquam did an exclusive and an excellent video when we arrived on the other side of Algodones. That is the border that connects to Yuma, Algodones, Mexico. And as we are arriving, Mexican Border Patrol doing more than the Border Patrol, than the Democratic agenda in the United States of America. Mexican Border Patrol pursuing migrants as they are trying to escape and pursuing the leaders of these organized pits where they put people, like humanitarian slavery. Stay there, and then when I tell you, you run and cross and you lift your hands, something like that effect. So I get here and this is what I see a family, this around 9 o'clock, 10 o'clock in the morning. And this is when I get there. 2 units. These are, you get 2 children right here. The one that is sitting down on the rock was an unaccompanied minor. Look at that. He was like 5 or 6 years old, for God's sake. For God's sake. The Border Patrol informed the team of Fox News, because when we were there, Fox News came in. Sarah Carter, which we have the pleasure to meet, and she's a phenomenal journalist and phenomenal human being and phenomenal lady. We were right there and we met her, and the team of the Border Patrol told the team of Sarah Carter, which she had 2 security guards, which they were awesome. I want to say hi to Derek and I don't really, John. I think it was your name. But if you're watching, thanks so much, brother. So these 2 security guys that she had, they told them, "Oh, that one is an accompanied minor." This is disgusting. What is going on? And they're saying that it's not a crisis. They're saying that this is not a crisis. This is just pure evil, man. You see right here how this unit right here on the right is the transportation unit. So this unit, that is a transportation unit, right here on the right, this is a unit that goes back and forth continuously. You don't even imagine how this unit right here has to tell the other unit, the other Border Patrol. You see all these 3 units right here on the left that they're close to the wall, a pickup truck, and then you see not only a pickup truck, but you see a van all the way to the back, and then after the van, another pickup truck. These 3 units right here. These 3 units right here on the left, they're the ones that they're there to stop, to detain, to obtain paperwork, and all that kind of stuff. But on the right, you see a unit that is a transportation unit. That one, holy cow, people. It is like a roller coaster. It goes back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Sometimes, just to tell you how bad it is, sometimes it is so bad that the transportation unit, they need to tell the Border Patrol, wait, I'll be there like in 15 minutes. And the Border Patrol agent says, we cannot wait. They're coming too much. I have them all right here sitting down. I need you to make it a little bit faster. How it's just like they take it to another county, and then another from Yuma, they take them to another county to be processed. But look how it is on a minute by minute, groups of people coming in, groups of people. And this is not the correct. I am a migrant, people. I am for legal migration. I am a migrant. I'm a Mexican. I love my country, and it's an honor, and it is a pure pride to be born in my country of Mexico. I love my country, and I love my people. But migrating incorrectly, and this is not Mexican people, by the way. For people that are asking, this is not Mexican people. The majority of people that they were caught right here crossing irregularly and illegally, it was Central American, and it was a Middle Eastern people. So this is before we went live with Steve Bannon. We were getting this activity as soon as I got there, for God's sake. This is the wall, how it looks. It's a big wall. This one is a big, big wall. This is more than 30 feet. This is more than 30 feet. More than 30 feet. It was a big one. It's a huge one. And this is how it looks in the Yuma sector. And it's not finished. Right here, I'm not showing the gap that is open where they're coming in. There's another gap all the way to the back. So imagine how many gaps. Imagine the activity on every day right here. This is how it looks from the other side. And this is Algodones right here. This is the Mexican sector. This is the river that they come across. Do you see all the way to the back right there? There is two people coming down, and it is a female with a child. This is sad. This is what you put kids through, man. It is a trauma. If you see all the way down there to the pit, there's two people walking towards the pond. And this is the problem. There's kids, they're being trafficked. There's kids, they're being pulled, and there's kids to being, my God, there's no words when you see a kid walking. Man, it's heartbreaking. It is so, you guys have not seen it. And if you guys have seen it, I don't know if you don't have a heart, but it's so heartbreaking. The parent putting the child through this, but the child, it is sitting down there, and it's like, my God, it's so heartbreaking. It is just, it melts you to the last part of your body. And this is how they're dropping them off. This is two vehicles on the top, and they're dropping them off right here on top of the dunes. That is where the organizers look out at the Border Patrol. Right here with all these trees you see right here located at. These trees right here, there's a pit right there. That pit is where they hide these people, and they make them await for the particular and right moment for them to push them to the top of the mountain and tell them it's okay for you to cross. It's infuriating how they're using humans, man. It's just infuriating. Let alone the fact that the border is being, used as an asylum and refugee business for the organized crime. But it's just how humans are being used. It's just sad. This is a group of 4 gentlemen just walking by like a normal day at the park to the other side of the river, to the United States of America. 4 young men, young, healthy men. 4 young, healthy men walking to the other side. Look at this. They're young, all of them. And all of them, I asked them, where are you coming from? On a live feed, I was live with, was live with Real America's Voice, and I was live at my YouTube channel. And the last one that is wearing a hoodie, there's 5 of them. The last one that is wearing a hoodie that is walking on the bridge, I asked him, where are you coming from? And he said, from Honduras. How did you cross to Mexico? And I asked him, on the water raft to Guatemala? And he said, yes, on a water raft to Guatemala. So that means that he crossed undocumented to our country because supposedly the border is closed. So if you cross on the water raft from Guatemala to Tapachula, it means that you cross, undocumented from Guatemala to Mexico. So it means that your social status in our country of Mexico, it is irregular. So ultimately, they're not caring about immigration law in our country of Mexico. Some of these people, some of them, they're really suffering. I'm not against I'm not against, migrants, but I'm against illegal migration. And some of them are irregular and, illegally in our country. And the last one, he says, I'm from Honduras. I have to show this picture because this picture shows, and I showed the behavior on my live feed on how the Border Patrol, it is addressing and it is treating migrants or undocumented individuals that they're crossing the border. Why? Because continuously the oppress and the, oh my God, I feel so oppressed by the Border Patrol. Oh my God, the Border Patrol is bad. Oh my God, the Border Patrol is oh my God, so bad. The white Border Patrol, the white man, they're always complaining about the Border Patrol being aggressive and always being violent towards migrants. And I showed on my live feed, and also Ben Berquam showed on his live feed, how the Border Patrol was always respectful to human beings, to migrants or to undocumented individuals crossing the border. And they offered them water. They told them to sit down. They can rest. They asked them properly for their documentation. What was their purpose on crossing illegally to the United States? Asylum, refugee. They told them to wait, not move, not yelling at them, not mistreating them, not pulling them, not doing something that it will harm their life. All their time, the Border Patrol was behaving professionally and adequately. And it is a comparable evidence that we were there, that everybody was seeing that the Border Patrol was handling the situation correctly. For all you oppressed Hispanics, oh my God, Border Patrol is so wrong. Right here, at every live feed that I shown, the Border Patrol never mistreated no individual that it was crossing undocumented to the United States. Never that I was present, they mistreated nobody right there. So just to put evidence. And this is how it looked. This is them, sitting down right there. It is just a hot spot, man. It is just an amazing hot spot right there. It's so unbelievable. It's so unbelievable how it's just a continuous factor. This is them, this is how they approach them. They do a search. Ultimately, you see the transporting unit right here on the right. Again, you see the transportation unit right here on the right. How they are about to be put in the unit to be transported. And one of the persons that actually knows the situation, and one of the people that actually know the situation and how it's going about right there, if it is Sheriff Wilmot. This sheriff right here, Sheriff Wilmot, that we got the opportunity and we got the enormous pleasure to meet. Sheriff Wilmot was an incredible human being to meet. He gave me a statement saying, I'm all for humanity, Oscar. Right here's Ben Berquam interviewing him, and I took a picture. And you know, it's just, he said, I'm all for humanity, Oscar. I'm all for helping people. I'm all for, the kids, the children. But I have seen so much right here that it's just horrible. More than 3,500 kids have been trafficked since the year started through this border. I'm like, you got to be more than 3,500. Yes, more than 3,500 kids have been trafficked since the year started through this border. Holy cow. I said, holy cow. And then he gave me a statement saying, and he gave Ben also a statement saying, the Border Patrol has been, and it is right now, the Uber for the cartel. That is a humongous statement. Why? Because this is what I've been saying since I started. The new administration, it is incentivizing and it is motivated and instigating the organized crime to continue with the asylum refugee case. And the only thing about that is because they're pushing the narrative to come. So the cartel and the organized crime get more job, get more work. So he says something that is crazy when he says it. It says that the Border Patrol has become the Uber for them. Why? Because the organized crime knows that I dropped them, they cross, I made a buck or two, and then they get transported to a they're gonna get transported to a unit, to a detention center, and I don't have to pay for it anymore. I don't have to pay somebody on the other side of the United States to wait for him to pick him up and to take him to somewhere else. Why? Because I got the Border Patrol now. I use the Border Patrol. Crazy what Sheriff Wilmot was saying. Not only that, a statement that it was released. You can go to my live streams at YouTube when I did a live stream at YouTube, and you can actually see the interview that I did with Sheriff Wilmot, a courageous, great man. And Sheriff Wilmot tells me there was a child that it was used 17 times as a recycled children to cross to the United States and being used for a fake family, a fake marriage. 17 times. He was telling me off camera, even the kid knows, he could not tell me this on camera, but he's told me even the kid knows how the system works now. When he was arriving, he knew how the paperwork and all that stuff, and he knew the time that he was going to stay. 17 times, people. Wow. 17 times. It's just amazing. Imagine that. These individuals from Yuma, Arizona, like Sheriff Wilmot, you get to understand the things that they see and the atrocities that they see, man. At that particular time, we met Sarah Carter, which is an anchor from Fox News and also from Sean Hannity. I got the pleasure to meet her. This actually, a lot of people were asking about this picture that we took. Is a broom. Ben found a broom, which this is used to take away and remove the tracks from the irregular crossings. She's a great individual, a great human being, and a great person. And it's just phenomenal just talking to her. But this is just so amazing. What they are saying, there is not a crisis. It is so amazing that they're saying, no, it's not a crisis. What are you talking about? This is not a crisis. What are you saying? This is not a crisis. What is actually, that you're trying to imply? This is not a crisis. And, this is us in algodones, as this is a video of a video that has already been on Ben Bergquam's page and also Real America's Boys News. But this is my video. This is a video because we started recording at the same time. So this is from the other side of Mexico. We were sitting down there from the American side, and we said, like, we need to go over there. I told him we need to go over there. He's like, yeah, we need to go over there. So we grabbed our car. We went around. We got out we exit from San Luis, Rio Colorado, San Luis port of exit. We could not exit from Algodones because Algodones border closes at 2 o'clock in the evening. San Luis closes at 10 o'clock at night. And we exit there around 4 or 3 o'clock in the evening, something like that. It's a 45-minute drive from San Luis to Algodones. As soon as we got there, people, as soon as we got there, there was 3 units from the INAMI, Institute National of Immigration, on pursuit, on foot, on pursuit of the leaders of this organized pit that is on the other side, which they are working freely to just drop people off, use humans because they're using them, drop people off and make them cross to the other side of the river. And it was so obvious. I believe that probably the Mexican government was like, man, Fox News, they have a huge camp. You know, they had a tent and they have a big camera and they have two cars. So it is really, you know, when Fox News arrives, it's like, whoa, you know, what the hell? So probably from the other side, the Mexican government said, hey, you know, the TV's right there, man. We need to do something about it. So they sent 3 units of the INAMI and 1 municipal unit. This is a video of me exactly at the moment where the Mexican Border Patrol is on pursuit, on foot, to these leaders of this organized crime. Look at this, clip number 1. How's everybody doing? INAMI, Mexican INAMI, under pursuit, on foot, following and going after the migrants. I don't know if they're on pursuit. Then you got the Mexican INAMI on the top. It's around 10 to 15 individuals.
Than the Biden administration are doing.
Actually, they're running to get him.
They're trying to catch him before they cross. Ready to go across.
And there he goes. He's running. This is crazy footage for every single one of you. Ben,
We just came over from Mexico side.
let's go, Ben. This is absolutely amazing footage for you guys. As we are right now walking on the pond, that's where we were at a few moments ago. And this is amazing footage for you guys. It's incredible. This is video of me walking. You know, it's really difficult because when you're there, you know, I got to protect Ben, that he has the camera and all that kind of stuff. So I'm behind him and I'm just telling him, you know, follow me. Let's go. You know, as soon as Ben has the actual video, because he had the camera ready, I was driving. So he has the camera ready and I said, oh, this is great. Let's go. Get out of the car. So when we got out of the car, he started, you know, he has the actual initiation of the video of all of it. If you guys want to go see it, go and watch his page, Frontline America, and also Real America's Voice News, and also and his page, Ben Berquam. And since the video started, he actually has the video when the Border Patrol, Mexican Border Patrol, goes down running the mountain, and he pulls him and he tries to catch him, and he could not. And they ran all across this river. It's just amazing the hotspot that this place is, man. It's just amazing the hotspot that this place is. And this is where they're camping out. This is the pit where they hide. So they leave clothing, you know, they stay there, they eat. That is where they actually hide. And they actually stay there for quite some time to wait. This is another picture from the bottom. This is where they camouflage themselves with, you know, a tree. It's just amazing, this hotspot, man. I was shocked to see how that is so easy for these people to just drop people off and use them. It's just sad how the Biden administration is not calling this a crisis. How this is not a crisis, and ultimately how it is not a humanitarian crisis, and how they're using migrants as cattle, as a product. It's the most infuriating thing in kids. This is another picture from the other side. As you guys see right here, this is how open it is. This is me coming down right here, this pit. So if you come down this pit, I actually show you a picture in this live stream from a woman and a kid coming down this pit, and a picture that it was taken from all the way to the other side. So this is how it looks. They know that there's a unit over there. They know that there's a border patrol agent waiting over there. They know that there's just, people waiting on the other side to just process them. And this is the actual photo of the police unit with like more than 15 migrants that they were actually waiting here on top for the particular moment to cross illegally to the United States. As the municipal police and the INAMI captured them at the moment. So it's modern day slavery. This is right here, another picture of them. This is the pit. This is the other side that I will show right now at a video. This is the other side. This is the pit on the other side of the road. I'm showing you it's a one-way road. It's a two-way road. There's one going north and the other one going south. So if you cross the street, there's a pit. That is the pit right there. So they put people waiting underneath that tree, on that pit. And then they cross them to the other side of the block. They make them wait right there at the corner where the pursuit was being taken and you guys saw. And after that, they cross them to the other side. It's just amazing, the operation that they have over there. It's just unbelievable. This is the units, the INAMI units, arresting and documenting people at this pit. This is amazing photos for you guys to see how it is operated. And the most infuriating thing is that people are not calling this a crisis. Jen Psaki, it's not a crisis. When the Mexican president is saying it is a crisis, the Mexican president is calling it a crisis. And you got that is actually happening in his country. Governors and municipal mayors and all this kind of stuff are calling it a crisis. And you got Jen Psaki that is not calling it a crisis. It's just unbelievable. It's a disgrace. Really, it is a disgrace. This is video of this particular pit. And I will put this video so you guys can see how the street is and how, it's so easy to put them on this side and then cross them to the other side. This is clip number 2 for you guys to see.
How you doing, guys? Live again from San Luis Rio, Colorado. This is the activity on the other side, as I just was recording from the east side, close to where they cross. But this is the other side. It's kind of like a park. So this is where they wait. Their time for them to, probably the coyotes or the cartel tells them, hey, you know what, at this particular time it's okay for you to cross back. So, this is, the other side as I was recording. How you doing, guys? Live again from San Luis Rio, Colorado. This is the activity on the other side as I just was recording from the east side, close to where they cross. But this is the other side. It's kind of like a park. So this is where they wait. Their time for them to, probably the coyotes or the cartel tells them, hey, you know what, at this particular time it's okay for you to cross back. So, this is, the other side as I was recording. You got the Mexican Border Patrol on this side, but this is how they wait, and then they cross to the other side, and this is the hiding spot over here. It's just unbelievable. This close by the 2 spots.
Unbelievable. It's just incredible. This is just incredible. It's just we got a pit where we put the people on the waiting list, possibly. Hey Juan, hey you Eric, hey you Fernando, hey you, hey, it's your turn. Come over here to the other side. Oh, it's my turn. Hey, good luck, man. Good luck. You already paid? Yes, already paid. All right. They don't even know that they can do that process through the port of entry. This is the problem. That these incentivations and this provocation to migrate illegally, they're not educating people that they can do that process through the port of entry and see if they apply or not. Again, people, go to dhs.gov and find out who is applicable and who can apply for political asylum and refugee asylum, first and foremost. But they don't know, migrants, they don't know that they can actually go through this process to the port of entry. Go to this process to the port of entry. They can actually do this without paying an organized crime group that is being incentivized by the Democratic Party and the leftist agenda of the United States of America. Right now, in this current administration, is being pushed by this narrative that they can migrate incorrectly. And now, you're not telling people and educating people how they can migrate correctly to the port of entry and ask for the political asylum through the port of entry. But you're telling them that you're not saying anything about it. Plus, you got a situation right now in Tijuana and the Chaparral border where more than 1,500 migrants, they are camping out with more than 300 children. They are aggressive. They're now trying to take over that part without nobody calling them, nobody telling them, nobody saying anything about them. They're crazy, really. The people that they think that they have the authority to tell other people that we Mexicans, we don't have a right to be walking around there, you're absolutely nuts. But also, more than that, you have a crisis right there. And nobody from the United States government has come out and said, this is what is actually going to happen. This is what actually we need to do. And this is what we need to plaster to the migrants to tell them how the situation is being handled. This is unbelievable. This is another video. Clip number, I think this is clip number 3. It's another video right here. And I need to cut this video a little bit. But this is another video that explains a little bit of what is happening right here. And particularly, it's just amazing how the operation works, man. Holy cow. This is unbelievable. And now you're telling me that not only this is an operation that ultimately it is profitable for these people. Not only that, but this is an operation that is just incentivized by a government of the United States that's saying, come over. Video clip number 3, right here.
Apprehended immediately by the INAMI and by the municipal police. This is a really hot spot area where they're dropping off a lot of people. This is close to this corner right here. And you see they were apprehended. One of them was running. You see actually Mexican Border Patrol over there running in the middle of the pond, and you see the Border Patrol on the other end. This is that apprehended immediately by the INAMI and by the municipal police. This is a really hot spot area where they're dropping off a lot of people. This is close to this corner right here. And you see they were apprehended. One of them was running. You see actually Mexican Border Patrol over there running in the middle of the pond, and you see the Border Patrol on the other end. This is their road that they take, and they easily just cross over, and they claim the asylum. Now, there's 3
This is just sickening. It's just crazy. You got the Mexican Border Patrol going after and running into the rocks. And the actual leader or whatever, that guy was, he went around the wall and he went back to the particular part where, they operate, because the leader, he doesn't want to go to the U.S. The leader wants to just continue with his business.
Police, 3 units of the INAMI and 1 unit of the municipal police right here arrived to this particular part due to the fact that this is a hot zone right here, and it is just people crossing continuously to the part of the United States. It's just amazing. And look how they are, the Border Patrol agents on foot on pursuit. So it is this is good footage for you guys to see.
Amazing how you see the last part right there, and I show the Border Patrol on pursuit. Look at that. Look where they're at, man. Do you think this is fair? Look at that.
The Border Patrol agents on foot on pursuit.
Mexican Border Patrol.
This is good footage for you guys to see.
Great footage. My God, people, this is horrible. And people are saying, is it a crisis or is it not a crisis? Wow, I'll let it to every single one of you. I will leave it to every single one of you to see if you want to call it a crisis or you don't want to call it a crisis. You know, it depends on what you have to say. You know, this is a crisis. It's a humanitarian crisis. And for this to stop, first and foremost, they need to stop the irregular migration through Central American countries and purposely help Central American countries. So border security is implemented. Not only that, boost jobs and create a better infrastructure in Central American countries. And not only that, stop the illegal migration, not profiting and not giving money to nonprofit organizations so that the migration can continue. That is a stupid strategy. How are you going to give money to nonprofits so the migration can continue? No, you want the mass migration to stop. So you want that country to be better, to be good, to be economically great, not to put migrants through this irregular migration. What the hell? Where is the logic on these people, man? This is me in Ciudad Juarez as I travel from. This was the activity at Yuma, and then I traveled to specifically to the port of entry. I traveled to El Paso with my partner, Real Anthony Agüero. And this picture that I'm about to show you, this is a really sad picture. Really sad. This is a family that is being deported from the port of entry of Zaragoza in El Paso, Texas. This is a family with children. And this is the situation because they're telling people it is okay to migrate, it is open, and it is not open. All these, a lot of these nonprofits and a lot of these activists that they go all the way to Guatemala, Honduras, and El Salvador is telling the migrants it is open. And when they get here to the borders of our country, they are shocked. As an interview that I was doing in a live feed that is on Real Anthony Agüero's Facebook, you can go to that, as I'm talking to the migrant and telling them, no, there's a migration process. You need to do this, you need to do that, and see if you qualify for the political refugee asylum. And they were crying. They were like, no, they told us that it was open. They told us that they were taking everybody. This is a complete lie. They're using human beings. They're using kids. It is evil and demonic. It is bad. What they're doing is pure evil, people. And they're not telling the migrants the reality. They're not telling the migrants the reality of what is happening. This is pure demonic evil. This is clip number, I believe that is number 1 or number 2, number 4. Clip number 4 right here. We're driving out, Anthony and me, we're driving out of Zaragoza, port of entry, port of exit. And this is how, this is the families. This is what it melts me, man. This is what it damaged as a broadcaster and as a reporter. This is what you get so damaged and so overwhelmed and so, my God, this is the thing that really drains you. So this is clip number 4, I think so. As I am just recording a little bit, while I'm driving out, and if we're seeing this activity continue on a daily basis, it's just crazy.
about to leave the port of entry of Zaragoza to Juarez, right here. Family with children. This is the thing that we were talking about. The children are the ones that suffer the most. Family recently deported from the United States with children, as you see right here. They're about to leave the port of entry of Zaragoza to Juarez, right here. Family with children. This is the thing that we were talking about. The children are the ones that suffer the most.
This is crazy. This is an absolute, this is a crisis. This is an absolute crisis. This is bad. And people are calling it like, and it's not a crisis. This is disgrace, man, what is happening. This is the port of entry, a picture from outside of the port of entry of Zaragoza. This is another from the exit of the port of entry of Zaragoza. And this is the interview that I was telling you guys about. This is the interview I'm telling you guys about, what the talks about. How it is amazing what they're not saying. How lying the migrants. They're purposely lying to the migrants. They are lying to them that it's okay to migrate and that it's free to migrate. And it is a lie when they get here. Lying. Look, interview that I'm about to do with a migrant, and I will translate. I did not show his face for security reasons, but I will tell you right now that what he says is actually what is happening at the border. This is the interview that I was, it's a 2-minute and 36-second interview. As this migrant practically explains to them, and Anthony also questions him, as we were live at Ciudad Juarez. This is a migrant that entered illegally through Bronzeville, Tamaulipas, Camargo, where, that video that has gone viral that a lot of people are going down. There's a water raft with a guy with a mask put on all the way to his neck. This is a video that has gone viral. With the video that they shown, the water raft, bringing people across in Bronzeville. This is a migrant that did that, and how he got deported from El Paso through Juarez. Listen to what he says. I'm going to pause, and I'm going to elaborate on what Jen Psaki has said, that this is not a crisis. Look at that.
Right here, we are at the port of entry of Zaragoza. And we are talking with a migrant that he had. How's everybody doing? Oscar Blue right here. We are at the port of entry of Zaragoza in Ciudad Juarez. We are talking with a migrant that he has just been rejected by the government of Mexico for the asylum paperwork. And he was saying that he crossed through Camargo. Usted cruzó por Camargo. Y los detuvo la policía migratoria de Estados Unidos. Sí, al momento nosotros.
And I asked him, you crossed through Camargo and the Border Patrol detained you. Can you elaborate? And then he explains. There was a large group that I was in. We crossed on the water raft, and the Border Patrol was right there waiting for us.
Through the moment we crossed through Camargo, and through the moment that we were crossing the river, the police was right there. ¿Cuánta era la cantidad de gente so how much it was the quantity of people they were crossing?
How much it was the quantity of people that they were crossing on this caravan? I'm repeating because I don't know if the audio is good or not, so I'm repeating what I'm saying. So I asked how many people were crossing on this particular little caravan, and then he answers this. And he says we were around 85 of us. 85 of us. We were around 85 of us.
People to 90 people, where they were unaccompanied minors right there, at that particular group.
Where they were unaccompanied minors at that particular group. Listen to what he says. There were a lot of them. Look at the question that I asked to him. Look at the question that I asked to him. Were they were unaccompanied? Were they were unaccompanied minors in this caravan that you were in? And he said, yes, there were a lot of them. Wow. Yes, they were a lot of them. It is not a crisis, Jen Psaki is saying. This is just a little caravan from 85 people. How can you put a kid through a migration without no parent? Who is doing this? With what purpose? Why are you telling the population in the United States of America, Jen Psaki, and also the Biden administration, that now you're going to start receiving unaccompanied minors because in the past administration they were not receiving them? No. Tell the truth. More than 4,800 fake families were done in 2019, and more than 5,800 fake families were registered in 2018. More than 34,000 kids were trafficked since 2018. Now, that is a number that I have been using for the past 2 years. I think that it doubled or tripled possibly on the children that they have been trafficked. And you're telling me that this is not a crisis. And the migrant is saying in this caravan there were a lot of children that they were unaccompanied. A lot of them. Imagine these children crossing through this river, getting detained, and God knows who is driving them. God knows who is trafficking them. God knows who has them. With what purpose? It's a multi-billion business, the trafficking of children. Not only that, the asylum and refugee case, it is a multi-billion lucrative business now. It's amazing. The interview goes and he says this.
Unaccompanied minors. That's the problem that we're having right here, people. The unaccompanied minors. Y esos niños venían dirigidos, me imagino, por el coyote, me imagino que por algún líder, ¿no?
And those kids were, I imagine myself, those kids were directed by a coyote. Those kids were directed by a leader. They had a leader, and he responds, I imagine that yes, because we were coming alone. He says, I imagine that yes, because we were coming alone.
Those unaccompanied minors were directed by the coyote, I imagine. He's saying, yes, yes, they were directed. Y los niños, ¿dónde se quedaron?
And the kids, where they were headed, where they stayed, where they are at. You know, everybody got detained and everybody was taken to a detention center. So the children were taken to the detention center.
Every single child got detained and they were taken to a detention center. A question you want to ask, Anthony?
And I give the microphone to my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, and I said, a question that you want to ask, Anthony. And Anthony goes and says this. Who take care, and this is a really fantastic question that he asked, who took care of the kids? Meanwhile, this caravan was migrating. Who was the one that was taking care of them? And he answers this.
Who was taking care of the kids at the time that it was getting detained?
Look at what he says. Who took care of the kids as the caravan was advancing? Anthony asked him. And he says they were taking care of themselves at their own. Nobody was taking care of them. So the human traffickers, they're just pushing the kid to cross the river. Nobody's taking care of them. Holy cow, man. Holy cow. Oh my God. Imagine the terror and the traumatization of this child. Nobody's taking care of them. They are being used to cross illegally to another side of the border. And nobody's taking care of them. Nobody. They're just throwing them right there to catch them on the other side. It's amazing. Let me just put the volume up right again.
Yeah, every single child got detained, and they were taken to a detention center. A question you want to ask, Anthony? ¿Quién cuidaba a todos los niños? El mismo oficial de migración. Who was taking care of the kids at the time that he was getting detained? Conforme ustedes iban avanzando, ¿quién iba cuidando a los niños? No, iban solos. Van solos? Caminando, sí, caminando con todo el grupo. He's saying who was leading the kids. Anthony's asking, and he's saying ¿quién iba cuidando a los niños? No, iban solos. Van solos? Caminando, sí, caminando con todo el grupo. He's saying who was leading the kids. Anthony's asking, and he's saying they were alone. The kids were alone, and they were just walking alone. And then later on, the official detained them. ¿De qué edad eran los niños? Más o menos. Había desde 7 hasta 17.
Wow. Look at this question. Holy cow, Anthony. My God, brother, you nailed this question. Look at this question that Anthony asked. What age these children were identified? Of which age you can say that these children were? Look what he says. He says between the ages of 7 to 16 years old. Holy cow, people. Between the ages of 7 to 16 years old. Anthony asked this guy, the migrant, which age will you describe these children? And the migrant says between the ages of 7 and 16 years of age. You got Jen Psaki saying that this is not a crisis. When children are being used and hauled like cattle and used and trafficked. Amazing that you're not calling it a crisis. And that it is provoked by you saying that you're going to open the border. Holy cow, in this globalist compact of immigration that is a disgrace, a broken system. Amazing. Look what it says later on as I'm going to return back that particular part, and then the volume, it's kind of low because of the sound of the cars and outside that we were. But I will return I'll return the video a little bit so you guys can hear, the last part.
He's saying who was leading the kids. Anthony's asking, and he's saying they were alone. The kids were alone, and they were just walking alone. And then later on, the official detained them. ¿De qué edad eran los niños? Más o menos. Había desde 7 hasta 17. Okay. From 7 to 17 years old. Probably, 7 from 17 years old. This is the problem that we're getting unaccompanied minors right now. And, this is the situation at the borders provoked by, the current government of the United States. Muchas gracias.
And I just told him, thank you so much. I think that it was enough. This scene right here that you see in this gentleman was with his wife and a child around 2 years of age. As he was getting deported, we were talking to him, and I said, "You just got deported," and his wife dropping tears and saying, "They lied to us. They said that we were going to get in. Why they're not letting us in? They told us that they were going to let in." This is what the agenda has been for 3 years. Using people for their own narrative for the only purpose of opening the borders and and destroying a border so a country would not exist, and ultimately to destroy a sovereign nation. That is the ultimate purpose by the globalist compact of immigration. There's no other ultimate purpose. And they use people for that. For 3 years, I've seen migrants being waiting over here for a process that it is a long journey, stressful, and it hurts in a hurtful journey. And ultimately, also, it is now you're seeing the shock of these people as they just got out and they're crying because it's not possible. Who told all these nonprofits and these activists are telling, oh yeah, it's okay, it's open, it's wide open. They're gonna admit you. It depends on the case. It depends on the case. That is their justification. It depends on the case. His wife is crying. Then another group that got deported with them comes to us and start talking to us. And there's a male, the head chief of the family of his 2 kids and his wife, and they're listening to us. And we're explaining this is how the process of immigration does. You know, you need to go get an MPP number, la, la, la. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not this. This is what I've seen. I'm a reporter. This is what I've seen. I'm not a lawyer. I don't have authority to say whatever I got to say. You guys need to go and inform yourselves about this. And he says, he starts crying. The migrant, the father starts crying. It is so sad and infuriating how they're using people, for God's sake. This is people. It is modern day slavery. They're using children. And they're using migrants for this. It is a disgrace. And you're telling me that this is not a crisis, for God's sake. It is sad. And after that, we had to pay them a taxi, give them money for food, because they did not have no money for food, no taxi, no nothing. Where do we go? What do we do? They were asking us for solutions. What do we do? They told us that it was going to be open. What do we do now? What is our solution? What is our life going to be? And it is all because of lies. This globalists are using this globalist compact of immigration to destroy a sovereign nation. These globalists, they put all the migrants through all these crises. These globalists, they put the migrants through all these situations. These globalists, they don't care about this people. They don't care about where they eat, where they stay, how they're living, how they're staying. Where are the United Nations right now at the camp right here at Chaparral? Where are the United Nations right here when these people are getting deported and with their families and their children? Where are the United Nations over there in Brownsville when you're seeing a water raft carrying people through a river that possibly a child can fall off and drown? Most recently, a woman drowned right here in Playas de Tijuana, in Tijuana, trying to migrate across the river, and it hasn't been the first one. It is not, unfortunately, she lost her life and left 2 children behind. Where is the United Nations when this situation happens? It is a broken system. It is criminal. It is evil. It is demonic. It is a crisis being provoked by globalists to destroy humanity, basically, man. Holy cow, you're using humans. And the most lucrative business right now is the asylum and refugee cases and child trafficking. It's amazing. It is just sad. Completely sad. This is part of our report that we did on Yuma, Arizona, and in El Paso. It's part of our report, and also, what we did with Steve Bannon and Real America's Voice News. This is part of our report. I will do later on a live video later on this afternoon talking about the unaccompanied minors. And also, I will do later on the video in the evening in Spanish. This is horrible. You're telling me that this is not a crisis. You got a person right here that after what I show you right now, this person is saying it's not a crisis. This person right here is saying that it's not a crisis. The House Speaker, there were she was asked about this, and she refuses to call the surge in migrant children at southern border a crisis. She's going to refuse, and she's continued to refuse because she's part of it. She's a puppet. She's being used to just, I'll circle back to you. I'll circle back to you. I'll circle back. I'll circle back. I'll circle. So that's her only response. I'll circle back to you. It is such a disgrace. And not being responsible to completely inform of the current situation that is happening, it is a complete irresponsibility itself. Wow. God bless everybody that is watching. This has been a live video that on the Monday, 15th of March for you guys, talking about the border crisis and our trip to Yuma and also in El Paso. I think that is really valuable information for you guys to see. My God, this is horrible. It is a humanitarian crisis, and you need to address it. Jen Psaki in the new administration. Yes, you need to address it now, not tomorrow, not in 2 hours, not 15 minutes by now. Now, you need to address it now. It is a crisis, a humongous crisis that is being provoked by globalists, that they don't care about people. God bless you all. Thank you all for your support. Stay safe. Follow my partner, Real Anthony Agüero, at Orbeez, Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Parler, and also his channel and Telegram. Also, you can follow our colleague, Ben Berquam, at his page, Frontline America with Ben Berquam. Also, Real America's Boys News. And also, you can follow Real America's Boys News at Rumble. You can follow me as Oscar L. Blue at my page at Facebook, public figure page. Also, you can subscribe to my channel at YouTube as Oscar L. Blue. And also, you can follow my channel at Telegram as Oscar L. Blue. And also, I'm in Instagram now as Oscar L. Blue. God bless you all. Hope that you enjoyed this live feed. Stay safe. And like we always say, people, peace and love. Because always, your country's first. God bless.